Okay? Then we also get into the idea that certain grain products contain something called gluten. How many of you have heard of gluten? Okay? Yes. Gluten is, it's a protein that's very difficult to digest. That's all it is. And unfortunately, with the way things are, with what's happening with our stomach acids, especially the older you get, your stomach acid gets weaker. You're not able to fully break down, right, these proteins, these molecules, like you were when you were younger, right? And so these huge molecules go through your gut undigested, and they just cause havoc. You have a reaction. You have to stay away from gluten. But it really comes down to our stomach acids being weak. So this can also lead to things like celiac disease, gluten intolerance, IBS, IBD, allergies, etc. So again, we are tinkering around with what the good Lord has made, okay, for profit, right? I'm reminded of that verse. For the love of money is the root of all evil, right? Now, it didn't say money is the root of all evil. It didn't say that. I don't want anybody thinking I'm a communist or anything like that. No, money is a very good thing. In fact, the kingdom of God operates on money, right? Because we got to pay for this building and everything. But when you love money to the point where you're willing to harm people, you're willing to be cutthroat and kill folks and let them die, then of course, yeah, money is a great motivator and incentive for you, okay? So we're eating a lot more white grain than whole grain. And the reason really comes down to they wanted stuff that'll last longer, has a longer shelf life. But of course, it has very little nutritional value. It's got all the calories, but it doesn't have the nutrition. Okay? So, now, this is something I want everybody, if you got a phone, take a picture of this. Okay? I want you to take a picture of this and put it in your fridge, because this is going to show you about this whole oil business, right? The cooking oil that we use and everything. Another way that we've changed our diets in the last 100 years is in the excess consumption of vegetable and seed oils, okay? So, I want you to take a look at this. The consumption of vegetable and seed oil has grown over the past 100 years. What I mean by that is, in the 1970s, the average American family, the average American adult, consumed about 4 pounds of vegetable oil. Today, we consume around 26 pounds of vegetable oil a year. That's a lot of oil. That's a lot of fried foods, okay? Vegetable and seed oils are actually just nutrient-poor, unstable, potentially rancid, and full of chemical additives. And I need you to know that, because this is, if there's one change I want you guys to do, is when you go home, go in your kitchen pantry, take a look at whatever oil you use to cook with, okay? Take a look at that, and then run it up against this chart. The cheaper oils, here's what you'll find. If you go to any of these stores, Walmart, Wegmans, ShopRite, whatever, you're gonna find that the oils on the bad fats list, the red list, they tend to be cheaper than the oils on the green list, okay? Significantly cheaper. And that's on purpose, because people don't think. They think, oh, oil is oil, right? I'm a fry it. It fries well. I like it. I don't care. But what they don't understand is this. Number one, there's something called omega-6 to 3 ratio. Now, I don't want to bore you, but long story short, the ratio used to be 1-to-1. Okay, for every omega-6, you have an omega-3, 1-to-1. Okay, here's what happened today. In the average American adult, that ratio is 20-to-1. So for 20 omega-6s, you only have 1 omega-3. Well, that's a problem, because that's going to create what's called instability, okay, leading to free radical. Long story short, you're at a much greater risk of having heart attacks, okay? A high omega-6 to 3 ratio can lead to heart disease, it can lead to cancer, it can lead to type 2 diabetes, it can lead to arthritis. It creates inflammation inside you, inside of me, and inside your kids that you're feeding this. Have you noticed these kids are bigger than they ever were, okay? They're sicker than they ever were, you know? You used to have old people diseases, now you see it in kids. Well, because we're putting this stuff in them, so the body's responding, okay, at a much faster rate.